Minimalism is one of the best tools you have when it comes to improving your personal finances. Today, we're going to show you how minimalism can simplify your finances, save you money, and even help you earn more. Let's dive in. Jess and I have been minimalists for years, and one of the biggest ways it has improved our lives has been through our personal finances. The process of simplifying, decluttering, and focusing in on what really matters to us the most has been absolutely game-changing. It's massively improved our lives, our living spaces, and our bank accounts. It's made the process of making and keeping to our budget an absolute breeze. So today we're going to give you some of our favorite minimalist personal finance tips to help you save time, money, and simplify your finances. As always, this isn't financial advice. We're simply sharing tips that have worked well for us. Number one, keep things simple. Managing your money and budgeting can seem complicated and overwhelming, so the best thing we find is to try and keep things as simple as possible. This goes for your bank accounts, retirement accounts, or really anything at all related to your personal finances. Keep things simple. The more complicated you make it, the harder it is to track, manage, and make sense of. If you have multiple bank accounts, see if you can consolidate them just so that you have fewer to manage. Personally, we have our own individual checking and savings accounts, and we have a joint account between us for things like groceries and bills, really just anything that we need to pay for together. Limiting the number of bank accounts that we have at any point makes it so much easier to track just how much money we have, as well as how much money we're spending at any given point. The same thing goes whenever you set a budget for yourself. The simpler you make it, the easier time you're going to have sticking to it. Not only that, but the simpler you make things, the less time you're going to have to spend digging around trying to track all your expenses.
Tip number 2, know what you value. Minimalism is about distilling life into what matters the most to you. So why not apply that to your personal finances as well? Making a budget is not just about spending as little on things as possible. It's also about making room for the things and activities that bring you joy. Whether it's your hobbies or date nights with your significant other, or perhaps even the occasional coffee with avocado toast. If it's important to you, brings you joy, or makes your life better, make sure you set aside some money to do the things that make you happy. Of course, there's always the less glamorous, more essential things that you need to budget for. Things like bills, rent, utility, transportation. It's good to take a look at your bank statement from the last month and figure out how much you spent on these things, whether there are ways that you can cut back on them, and then set aside some money for them. After this, think about the things that bring you joy. Do you like reading? Playing video games, playing sport, going to the movies, whatever it is that brings you joy, make sure that you set aside some money to fully embrace them, guilt-free. It is going to be so much harder to stick to a budget if you feel like you're depriving yourself of life's joys. So do make sure to set aside some money for the things in life that bring you joy. Future you will thank you. Minimalism helps us to realize that it's a wonderful thing to reflect on what it is that you truly value when it comes to your possessions as well. It's incredibly easy for things to clutter up in our homes, taking up precious physical and mental space, which ends up costing us more time, energy, and money. So take a look around you and think deeply about the things that you don't actually need, use, or love your clutter. Perhaps you can even sell some of this excess clutter and bring in a little bit of extra money.
Number 3, creating a budget. Now that you've simplified your bank accounts, figured out what you need to and want to spend money on, it's time to create your budget. At its core, budgeting is just about tracking how much you're spending compared to how much you're earning. Money in versus money out. So before we figured out how much you're spending, so now we simply need to add in how much you're earning and see what the difference is. Nowadays, there are so many ways to create a budget. There's apps, good old pen and paper, or spreadsheets. Find whatever works best for you and whatever is going to make it the easiest as possible for you to stick to your budget. Again, don't overcomplicate things. Keep things as simple as possible. At the end of the day, it's just about how much you're earning versus how much you're spending. No fancy tricks. Our personal favorite way of budgeting is to use a spreadsheet. We've done this for over a decade and can absolutely vouch for it. Nowadays, if you use a budgeting spreadsheet, you can easily access it on all of your devices. Plus, you can customize it entirely to suit your needs. Jess and I both sit down together once a month to review our budget together. If you'd like your own budget spreadsheet but aren't sure where to start, we've created our own beautiful minimalist budget spreadsheet that you can check out in the link in the description below. It's ready-made, has beautiful graphs that update automatically, and you even get your choice of light mode versus dark mode.
is the prettiest budget you'll ever see.
No matter how you choose to budget, just focus on keeping it simple. See how much you're earning versus how much you're spending, and then save or invest the difference.
It's time to track your spending. How you do this will depend on just how exactly you've set up your budget. You might hold on to your receipts, note down what you spent in your notes app on your phone, or the easiest option is just to look at your bank statements online. Our favorite way is to sit down together each month with a drink or snack in hand, log into our online banking, and add each transaction into our budgeting spreadsheet together. Like a cute little budgeting date, this doesn't take us very long, and we can check each transaction and categorize them however we want. Plus, we get to watch all of these beautiful graphs update in real time. This way, we don't have to worry about whether an app is going to categorize things in a funny way. We have complete flexibility and know exactly where our money's going. Minimalism is all about being intentional and purposeful, and this really should extend to our money as well. It's important to take this time and reflect, but make sure that you don't beat yourself up if you find yourself spending more than you wanted to. A budget is just a tool to help you push yourself towards your financial goals. Budgeting, just like simplifying your life with minimalism, is an ongoing process, and it's okay to not be perfect from the start. Just try and improve a little bit each time. You'll look back in a year's time and be amazed at just how far you've come. You've got this.
Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know down in the comments below if this video helped you and what is your favorite way to budget. If you want some extra minimalist tips to help you save money, check out our previous video where we talk about 30 things that we no longer buy as minimalists. And with that, we'll catch you all next time. Bye. Yeah.
Shush, guys! Oh my god, look at them all!
I know.
Sorry, I was licking my lips. I was just thinking about nachos. Now I'm just smiling thinking about nachos.
That's right, just pick the nachos.